Welcome back, focused learners. Today, we're diving straight into a really fascinating explainer based on the material, The Resilience Threshold Skills for Personal Fortitude. Over our time together today, we're going to unpack exactly how these words aren't just a title, but an actual blueprint for human endurance. Let's just get right into it. What is resilience? Now, before we really get into the mechanics of this course, I want you to just sit with that question for a second. When you hear that word, do you picture, I don't know, a solid brick wall or maybe a flexible rubber band snapping right back after being stretched to its absolute limit? Is it something you're just inherently born with, or is it actually something you do? Well, this single question literally drives everything we're about to explore today. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, Pursuing Personal Fortitude. This isn't just some catchy subtitle, guys. It's actually the ultimate destination and the overarching goal of this entire explainer. The source material here completely redefines our target with this absolutely foundational premise. It says resilience is not an innate, fixed trait. Instead, it's a collection of actionable and strengthenable skills. I love this. Think of it like training a muscle, right? Rather than just being stuck with whatever eye color you were born with. This reframing is absolutely crucial because it takes this abstract buzzword and transforms it into a tangible capacity that you actively control. You aren't just born resilient. No way. You actually build it. Moving right along to section 2, what is resilience? So now that we have our target in mind, let's bridge that gap and move from abstract theory into the actual nitty-gritty mechanics of how this all operates. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact paradigm shift we really need to make here. We so often fall into the trap of viewing our limits as a fixed, unchangeable ceiling. We catch ourselves thinking, well, that's just how I was born, I simply can't handle this. But as you'll see, the reality presented here is entirely dynamic. Your limits aren't permanent at all. They're actually thresholds that can be continuously elevated through deliberate skill strengthening. It totally, completely reframes how we approach difficult situations. Which brings us to section 3, raising the resilience threshold. Let's really focus on the active, physical nature of that word raising. Personal fortitude isn't just handed to you on a silver platter. It implies effort, leverage, and forward momentum. Let's move to and see how this builds, because the logic here is sequential and super powerful. Step 1, identify what resilience actually is, totally stripping away that old myth of fixed traits. Step 2, focus on strengthening those specific skills through daily practice, which then leads us to the ultimate outcome in step 3, raising your threshold. By mastering the daily work, you're actively pushing your own breaking point further and further out. It's a real game changer. So, it really all comes back down to this one central idea: skills for personal fortitude. If resilience is a skill, well, then your threshold is not set in stone, and you hold the power to change it. So, I want to leave you with this thought today. Where does your resilience threshold sit right now? And knowing what you know now from this explainer, what are you going to do to start raising it today? Stay focused, keep pushing that threshold, and thanks so much for joining me.